My name is Eileen Strickland Kennedy, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. I've been here at the home church now for about 13, 14 years.
I'm Norman Kennedy. I was born in Arkansas.
Had a fun life growing up and always in church. I was in my 40s. My big brother did that, Michael Strickland. We're so happy together. He's been playing drums since he was 16, and I just love watching him. But he got me reading, and everywhere I went, I put a Bible track. And it was just so exciting. I want to go back to where I first found Jesus. It feels so good.
It was kind of rough back there, growing up in the 50s, considering that the segregation back at the time. It was pretty hard. And growing up in the South can really make you pretty narrow-minded. And I didn't realize how narrow-minded I was until I went into service. And when I went to the Marine Corps, I really saw what bigotry can do. By going to the Marine Corps, I guess it did give me a lot of sense of balance, and it really crushed a lot of that anger in me and took it out. And that's one of the true blessings. Growing up, my father was really Christian. My father's name Fate Kennedy, and my mother's name Geraldine Kennedy. And my mother wasn't really heavy Christian, but she would go to church occasionally. But my father was the backbone.
He passed away last year.
I've never seen him go to bed one night without praying for us. Every night on his knees. I never learned to show my emotions a lot. Growing through a lot of things I've been through. But as I got older, I've learned it's okay. And it's like God loves a humble person.
I met Norman because my sister wanted me to go out one Saturday night, and I didn't want to go. I let her talk me into it, and I met Norman that night.
I was just sitting with my buddies, and I looked across over, and I saw this little girl. And I said, you know what? I'm going to marry her. And I did. I get kind of emotional about that. So from that point on, our first date was on Halloween in 1975, October 31st, which was a weird day to have our, first date. And that's when I knew from that point on that, our lives were going to change. We're going to be buying forever.
And we've been together ever since. We've loved each other ever since. Had another child, so now we have two. We've got Venus and Leela Kennedy. Venus is 40, and Leela is 37. And we've got grandchildren. Are younger when Leela adopted 6 boys last year, and now she has 9 children instead of 3. Oh, Venus has 2 sons and 2 stepsons. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eileen, she got cancer, and she had been praying for so long about wanting to move to Stockton, and I couldn't understand. I said, wait, why do you want to move to Stockton? The only thing we know about Stockton is your brother. I mean, I love Michael, but my goodness. I said, okay. But, if my wife going, I'm going to follow her. And she kept praying about it. And then finally she said, Norman, God said we can move. I said, oh, yeah? Yeah, is that what God said? Yeah. I said, okay. And then about a week later, she said, what? I got cancer. Okay. The doctors are here, but we still moving to Stockton? Yes, we're still moving to Stockton. Okay. And, it's funny, though, because we left the home church in San Jose, and then we came to the home church in Stockton.
Yeah. I was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 2002, just before we came to the home church. And we had a prayer session at the home church for EB and for me. I was diagnosed again with cancer in 2011, and all I had was radiation then. I was very sick, but the Lord took care of me. He was right there with me. It came back again this year. Was told that I had around 3 months, 6 tops. and I'm still here now, feeling healthier than ever. All this prayer. The home church has prayed. They've been praying for me for about 2 years now. And my cancer is disappearing, all without any kind of treatment.
I get work at night, and I think about it. I say, wow, if I go home and see her gone, that's gonna be the saddest day of my life. Because I want to say goodbye. Don't get me wrong, that's sad, but I'm still happy. Because, you know, I can cry.
Joy.
I got what joy. And this woman is my joy. And the fact that you can't split us because we're one. God is joining us. And this is it. And it's forever.
I invite everyone to the home church and stick with it because it's all very, very good. It's wonderful.
It's a blessing.
I can't get enough, and I can't wait to see that new main chapel built. I can't wait to see the finishing of it, and I think I will be here because I prayed so hard, and even told Pastor Tim that I wanted to see the building before I go home to the Lord. I don't mind going either, but I want to see that building.
And it's not just a home church, it's a family of people. And they're God's people. And they're spreading the word. And it's amazing. It's so beautiful how the church is growing. And it's growing. And it's growing. Tithing, I never thought, that's the craziest thing in the world. Tithe, oh man, giving up 10%, I can barely survive. But you know what? You just can't beat it. I just can't wait to tithe because the fact that I want to see what God gonna do with that money. Once we started tithing, I had so much left over. We got kids in the Philippines that we are sending money to now. We take care of the homeless. We had a food bank ministry. You know, God took care of us when I retired. And for 3 years, He supported us. You know, I did volunteer work. That was the most satisfying job I ever had in my life. I thought I enjoyed being a biomedical tech, but I found out that feeding the homeless and the hungry was the most pleasure I ever had in my life. I've seen a lot. I look at my wife. I look at my life, and I think, you know, that's good. There's so much good. And I know that she's going to be leaving me, but what a beautiful place she's going to be going. The pastor said, when you're stressed, you do something for someone else. I've been doing that. It feels so good. And I just want to say, Merry Christmas. Love you all. God bless you.